Hello, dear students. Welcome to the class on emetinics and erythropoietin. Let's learn about folic acid in today's session. So, coming to the specific learning objective, at the end of this class, you should be able to explain the dietary source and metabolic functions of folic acid, and should be able to explain the folic utilization, folic acid deficiency, and its manifestations, and you should be able to describe the uses and adverse effects of folic acid. So coming to the folic acid is a yellow crystal which is insoluble in water. The sodium salts of folic acid is freely soluble in water. So chemically it is a pteroyl glutamic acid which is composed of pteridine, para-aminobenzoic acid and glutamic acid. So what are the dietary sources of folic acid? So liver, green leafy vegetables, especially the spinach, egg, meat and yeast, and even the gut flora can produce folic acid, but they are not available for absorption. So what are the daily dietary requirement? Adult requires around 0.2 milligram per day, and pregnancy and lactation requires more, that is 0.8 milligram per day. So what is coming to the utilization of folic acid? So the folic acid is present in food as polyglutamate. These polyglutamate will be split off primarily in the upper intestine before absorption, and both this the reduction of to dihydrofolic acid and methylation will be occurring at this upper intestine, and the transport of this folic acid in the blood will take place as methyl tetrahydrofolic acid, which will be partly bound to the plasma protein. So they involve a specific carrier mediated active transport in the intestinal mucosa. Whenever a larger dose of folic acid is given, the absorption will be through passive diffusion. So the folic acid which is absorbed will be rapidly extracted by tissues, and it will be stored as polyglutamates. Liver takes up the larger part of the absorbed folic acid and secretes methyl tetrahydrofolic acid in the bile, which will be mostly absorbed again back into the circulation. So this is called as enterohepatic circulation. That is why the folic acid will be having longer duration of action in the body. So alcohol can interfere with the release of this methyl tetrahydrofolic acid from the hepatocytes. So in alcoholic, that's why you find folic acid deficiency. So total body stores of folate is 5 to 10 milligrams. Normally, only traces of the folic acid will be excreted from the body. Whenever if you give pharmacological doses, most of the 50 to 90% of the folic acid which will be administered will be excreted through urine because of the protein saturation, plasma protein saturation. So coming to the metabolic function, this folic acid is inactive. It will be reduced to its coenzyme form in two steps. That is, folic acid will be converted into dihydrofolic acid followed by tetrahydrofolic acid by folate reductase and dihydrofolate reductase enzymes respectively. This tetrahydrofolic acid mediates number of one carbon transfer reactions by giving a methyl group as an adduct. So what are the metabolic functions where folic acid are involved? So it is involved in the conversion of homocysteine to methionine, for generation of thymidylate, which is essential for the DNA synthesis, for conversion of serine to glycine in the de novo purine synthesis, and also in generation and utilization of format pool, and also in case of histidine metabolism. So ascorbic acid protects the folate in reduced form, so thereby it helps in maintaining this physiological functions. So what happens in case of folate deficiency? So what are the causes for folate deficiency? So the causes for folate deficiency is, one is the inadequate dietary intake. It can occur due to the malabsorption due to the upper intestinal celiac disease or tropical spore or regional ileitis, or it can occur due to the biliary fistula where bile containing folate for recirculation is drained out. In case of chronic alcoholism, in case of increased demand conditions like pregnancy, lactation, rapid growth periods and hemolytic anemia, and also due to drug-induced folate deficiency, which can occur in case of patient on anticonvulsants, that is anti-epileptics like phenytoin, phenobarbital, and primidone, and also on those patients on oral contraceptives. Coming to the manifestation of folate deficiency, it can lead to megaloblastic anemia. It can cause epithelial damage causing glossitis, enteritis, diarrhea, and steatorrhea. It can lead to neural tube defects, that is, it can cause spina bifida in fetus, and it can lead to general debility and weight loss and sterility. So remember that neurological symptoms do not appear in pure folate deficiency, because neurological deficiency does not occur in case of pure folate deficiency, because myelination and all mainly it depends on the vitamin B12. So what are the preparations and dose of folic acid which is available? So folic acid is available in the form of whole white folate tablet, 5 milligram tablet. The liquid as well as injectable formulations are available. These are available only in the combination forms with vitamin B12 as well as iron. And oral therapy is adequate in most of the cases, except for in case of malabsorption and severely ill patient, you may need to administer folic acid through intramuscular route. So the therapeutic dose will be around 2 to 5 milligram per day, and prophylactically you can give 0.5 milligram per day. So what are the uses of folic acid? It is used in case of megaloblastic anemia due to nutritional deficiency, or in case of increased folic acid demand in case of pernicious anemia. And remember that this is a very important thing. Folic acid should never be given alone to the patient with vitamin B12 deficiency, because the hematopoietic response may occur but neurological defect may worsen. So that's why whenever you are giving a folic acid, you should combine with the vitamin B12. So in such cases, what will happen due to the diversion of A-grade amount of vitamin B12 which is present, that will be gone for hematopoiesis, hemopoiesis. So the myelination process will suffer. So coming to the it can also be used in case of malabsorption syndrome, and in case of anti-epileptic therapy, you may need to give folic acid supplementation, because these anti-epileptic drug, when given, it can lead to folic acid deficiency. It can cause megaloblastic anemia due to prolonged phenytoin or phenobarbital therapy. It can be treated with folic acid, and even the large dose of folic acid should be avoided, because it will interfere with the anti-convulsant effect. So prophylactically, routine folate supplementation is recommended in case of pregnant women to reduce the risk of neural tube defects in newborn. So in case of methotrexate toxicity also, you can give folic acid. But here the interesting thing is, the instead of folic acid, we will be giving folinic acid. It is also called as leucovorin citrovorum factor 5 formal tetrahydrofolic acid, is active form, which is active coenzyme form of folate, which does not require reduction by dihydrofolate reductase enzyme before it can act. So, as you know that methotrexate is a dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor. If you give folic acid, again it requires dihydrofolic acid reductase to gets activated. So, in such case, you need to give folinic acid. So, toxicity is not over counter reacted by folic acid, and it is mainly antagonized by folinic acid. The route of administration will be intravenous. So, even though the folinic acid is expensive, and it is not needed for correction of simple folate deficiency, for which a simple folic acid is enough. So again, it is again the same use is citrovarum factor rescue in case of certain malignancy. When you give high doses of methotrexate, it can be followed by folinic acid after 1 hour later with 1 to 3 milligram intravenously. Mainly reason of giving folinic acid here is to rescue the normal cells, and it can also be combined to enhance the anti-cancer efficacy of 5-fluoro uracil. So folinic acid is routinely used with the infusion of 5-fluorouracil because the tetrahydrofolic acid is required for inhibition of thymidylate synthesis by 5-fluorouracil. So coming to the adverse effects of folic acid, the oral form of folic acid is entirely non-toxic, but injection form rarely it can lead to hypersensitivity reactions. So coming to the summary of folic acid, so deficiency of folic acid will lead to impaired DNA synthesis. So what are the main reasons? One reasons for deficiency of folic acid is a dietary insufficiency and malabsorption, and deficiency in pregnancy can lead to risk of neural tube defect in the fetus, and should not be vitamin B12 should be ruled out before you use folic acid. What happens if you use only the folic acid without ruling out the vitamin B12 deficiency? It will not correct the neurological defects. So vitamin B12 deficiency should be ruled out before using folic acid as the only treatment for anemia, especially since neurological deficits of vitamin B12 deficiency may be irreversible. Irreversible. If you use folic acid alone, it can lead to neurological defects which are irreversible in nature. And adverse effects with respect to folic acid is uncommon or very minimal. So these are the specific learning objectives which were dealt in today's session. Thank you.